Shalom, call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH, that's giving all praise to the Most High, in the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. And shalom to 144,000. My name is Ibar from the Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. And real quick, man, I want to go into this just make some statements concerning this interview, the Tucker Carlson interview with Putin, okay, President Putin of Russia, all right, which I just finished it. Very, very informative video, and I figured I will speak on it. Lord willing that they don't take it down. Fair use. All right. Yeah, man. He went into Tucker asked some pretty good questions. And I want to say this too. If you remember, when Russia went into Ukraine, the propaganda was ridiculous, man. It was demonizing Putin, making him seem like he was just a demon, like he did all these things wrong. When in reality, when you deal with any type of conflict or any type of situation, you must get the full understanding of the matter rather than just going based off of one side or, all off of your emotions. We gotta get the full understanding of a matter to fully understand a matter. And in this situation with Russia going into Ukraine, I remember that when that happened, and it was just like the media was completely swayed because America controls the media and the propaganda. So lucky I had to make sure the microphone was on. But everything was swayed in the media, man. It would just make it seem like Russia was just, the worst people. Like Putin was, this demon for doing what he did. But when you actually listen to it and get more understanding of why this happened, it makes more sense. And one thing that Putin kept saying in this video was that there was a coup. Okay, there was a coup or a coup d'état, and since '08 and 2014, he started seeing how they was moving on his borders, and that caused him to do what he did, going into Ukraine. So the definition for the word coup, it says a sudden, violent, and unlawful seizure of power from a government. A sudden, violent, and unlawful seizure of power from a government. And this is what America does. They go in there and they do these coups to seize a government. They're not doing it lawfully. They're not doing it, by moral standards. No, they're going in there being deceitful. They are manipulating situations, and this is what happens in conflicts and wars. That's why you got to understand both sides, because you can, look like the bad guy on one side, but the people who you look like a bad guy to, they don't have the full story. They don't understand the full situation. All right, which brings me to the scripture right here. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 7. And this is something that we all got to remember when it comes to these scriptures. As we believe in these scriptures, you got to follow the scriptures. But in any situation, any type of conflict, any type of problem, any type of situation, like, I always tell the brothers in my camp, man, hey, the Lord is making us perfect judges. So we got to judge these matters properly, and dealing with the situation. Like I said, I watched the whole interview, man. And the interview was like, 2 hours or whatever. It was a little over 2 hours, but it was worth it, and all this time, all we see is the American side and America's propaganda. But when you go into it, you're going to find out that there's more to the story than what you was led to understand. Okay, so in any matter, man, you gotta, you have to remember, hey, apply the scriptures. Just apply the scriptures, bro. Any situation can be manipulated, and in order for you to not be manipulated in that situation, you gotta apply the scriptures. So let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 7. It says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. And most times people don't get the full side of the story. You only get one side of the story. If somebody's going around town telling you, oh, this woman got this, she this, she that, she a hoe, and you never actually talk to that woman, you gonna start to believe it. Damn well, she a hoe, she got this, she got this, she got that. Rather than actually getting the full, understanding. That woman could be a virgin. That woman, whoever's spreading that lie could be bitter. They could be upset. You see, this is just an example. All right. So it says, answer not before thou hast heard the cause. So you can't answer before you heard the full cause. Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. So if a man is explaining himself, just let a man, and that's what it was spiritual because Putin was talking, and the first thing he asked Tucker Carlson was, he said, are we going to have a serious conversation, or are we just going to have a talk show? Some shit like that he said. It was something like that he said. You got to watch the video, and I implore all you to watch the video. I watched it on BitChute. It was on Tucker Carlson's website, but I went into it this morning and it wasn't loading, so they might have started taking it down, and they might seek to lock Tucker Carlson up for this. They might call this treason, man. All right, because America was exposed, and a lot of you people, you think America can do no wrong, America's always right. No, America. First of all, both sides. In any situation, we all, have flaws. So America too. America ain't the land of golden floors, or golden streets. This place is wicked. And when you hear Putin's side, it's like, damn, okay. Which I got some clips, but it says, strive not, it says, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk, strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. Okay? It says, my son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent, and if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. So pretty much, you gotta, first of all, if you deal with any matter, you gotta get the full understanding. If you don't want the full understanding, just mind your own business. If you're not going to go into, getting the full understanding or the full situation, just mind your own business, man. Okay, and that's what I saw with this whole interview, because even Tucker Carlson kept cutting Putin off because he was going into the history and he said, yeah, I know this may sound a little boring, but this is the reality. This is how this all started. It didn't just start, when Russia went into Ukraine. No, it started way before that. And that's how most conflicts are. They don't just start overnight. It don't just start, at the strike of a match. No, it's things that build up to this. And Russia was saying how they kept on dealing with America, telling them, this, that, and the third, and they was pretty much just being demons. They try to come to agreements, but they was pretty much in Russia's backyard doing war tactics, doing sneaky shit. And they got found out. And when a man in power moves with force, it seems like, no, this is no, but you don't know what led him in to do that, man. Okay, so I'm just analyzing these things in the spirit, which I already knew, because America, and he mentions the propaganda, man. So let's play some of this video.
Well, if somebody has the desire to send regular troops, that would certainly bring humanity to the brink of very serious global conflict. This is obvious. Do the United States need this? What for? Thousands of miles away from your national territory. Don't you have anything better to do? You have issues on the border, issues with migration, issues with the national debt, more than $33 trillion. You have nothing better to do?
So America got his own issue. He said, why y'all worried about what's going on over here? Thousands of miles away from your borders. And that's what America does. They always somebody else's fucking business, man. They always in somebody else's country trying to run their shit. All right? And that's that's completely wicked, man. So listen to what he's saying. Which Ukraine was once a part of Russia. The people in Ukraine predominantly speak Russian. Okay, let's play it.
You should fight in Ukraine. Wouldn't it be better to negotiate with Russia, make an agreement, already understanding the situation that is developing today, realizing that Russia will fight for its interests to the end? And realizing this, actually return to common sense, start respecting our country and its interests, and look for certain solutions. It seems to me that this is much smarter and more rational.
Who blew up Nord Stream?
You for sure.
I was busy that day. Nate, do you have I did not blow up Nord Stream. Thank you, though.
You personally may have an alibi, but the CIA has no such alibi.
Do you have evidence that NATO or the CIA did it?
You know, I won't get into details, but people always say in such cases, look for someone who is interested. But in this case, we should not only look for someone who is interested, but also for someone who has capabilities. Because there may be many people interested, but not.
Let's play some more.
Opponents should be connected. Who is interested and who is capable of doing it.
But I'm confused. I
So
mean, that's the
he
biggest.
just said some head right there. He said, look to who has the interest and who is capable. Okay, because you got, these particular, anybody can say, oh, I did it, but who is capable of doing it, But, I want to say this too, that, with these politicians or whatever, these presidents, they're all, really pay it off. They're all really, just following the elite's plan. But just for, edification's sake, going into this, as they play this charade of back and forth, we understand that this is all the will of YAHAWASHI. But the reason why it's important is because Russia is going to be a main figure in nuclear annihilation of America. So it's important is to hear their side. It's important to hear where they're coming from. What fuels them. And it makes all the sense in the fucking world. If somebody's in your backyard with an RPG or some shit aimed at your house, that's a fucking threat. Okay. If somebody is among you acting friendly, but the whole time they're doing shit, low key or under the table, sowing discord among, you and your allies, that's a problem, and it must be dealt with. It must be met strategically with force. It's just the fact of the matter. You got covert situation or covert organizations that are moving scenes behind behind the main behind the open eye, to say the least, for lack of better words. All right. And when you actually dig deeper into these things, you're going to find out more. You see, but the problem, and I've noticed this with Americans, like how the black woman say, oh, where's the tea? Everybody just wants the tea. Nobody wants to actually get a full understanding of the matter, and everybody just wants the tea. What sounds good, what's sensational. They got to sensationalize everything, and that's what I realized about America. And even Tucker Carlson, him being an American journalist, he's going over there, and Putin kept on stopping him and kept reminding him, listen, are we going to have a serious talk, or is this just going to be some type of talk show? Is this going to be for some entertainment shit? Which this ain't about entertainment. This is, we're on a brick of, nuclear annihilation. Okay, this is very serious. So everything that Putin is saying, hey man, it's just, it revealed a lot, and he's gonna say why he ain't been saying much, why he ain't been saying much or why he ain't make a big deal. But this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings. So you have unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. And this is how, this devil has gotten in power, through unrighteous dealings. Okay, he's not going to deal lawfully. He's not going to deal morally. He's not going to, abide by certain principles and guidelines. All right. So, and Russia's realizing this, and they saying, wait a minute, this motherfucker moving all kind of sneaky, man. So he had to do what he had to do to protect his people. All right. Let's play some more.
Act of industrial terrorism ever, and it's the largest emission of CO2 in history. Okay, so if you had evidence, and presumably given your security services, your intel services, you would, that NATO, the US, CIA, the West did this, why wouldn't you present it and win a propaganda victory?
Let me say this too, man. No answer is an answer, okay? Because somebody can bullshit all day long and say all type of shit about you, just like America do. They have the propaganda that they push these false ideologies, and you can go back and forth all day long, but at the end of the day, what's true was true, and what's false is what's false. And in the day, the Lord is going to decide, man. That's hence why Russia is going to have a major hand in destroying America. Okay, this is spiritual. All right, let's play some more.
In the war of propaganda, it is very difficult to defeat the United States because the United States controls all the world's media and many European media. The ultimate beneficiary of the biggest European media are American financial institutions. Don't you know that? So it is possible to get involved in this war.
Did you see how his face lit up? He fucking knows that. Tucker Carlson was on all these major news medias. He knows that. So his face lit up because he like, oh shit, you know, like what, yeah. What's the point of even coming out and saying anything if everything's already fucking, what's the word? Contaminated or corrupted. Everything is corrupted. You know, everything is corrupted. So he's like, what's the point of even saying anything when, you know, this country has corrupted everything? You know, these people have corrupted everything. Everything has been corrupted, and corruption is you know, everywhere nowadays, man. All right, so let's play some more.
But it is cost prohibitive, so to speak. We can simply shine the spotlight on our sources of information, and we will not achieve results. It is clear to the whole world what happened, and
I'm going back into the plantations. But I'm gonna keep it playing. I'm gonna keep on adding on to it, but it's gonna just be a little loud. You know, you already know how it go. All right, but yeah, let's play some more.
even American analysts talk about it directly. It's true.
Yes, but here's a question you may be able to answer. You worked in Germany, famously. The Germans clearly know that their NATO partner did this, and it damaged their economy greatly. It may never recover. Why are they being silent about it? That's very confusing to me. Why wouldn't the Germans say something about it?
Yeah.
This also confuses me. But today's German leadership is guided by the interests of the collective West rather than its national interests. Otherwise, it is difficult to explain the logic of their action or inaction. After all, it is not only about Nord Stream 1, which was blown up, and the Nord Stream 2 was damaged. But one pipe is safe and sound, and gas can be supplied to Europe through it. But Germany does not open it. We are ready, please. There's another route through Poland, called YAHAWAH Europe, which also allows for...
Alright, yeah, so this is the cause conflict, man. You know?
It's specifically a non-violent.
This is a very, tedious situation that's going on, but if you don't get the full matter, then you'll think, oh yeah, this, that, and the third, and have this misconception of everything, only to your own detriment. Which we understand that either way, prophecy is going to be fulfilled, man. America's going to be destroyed. There's nothing America, no matter how much America controls the media and this propaganda, America's going to be destroyed, man. You see, the Lord knows what America's doing. Which, really Putin too, Russia, all these, particular players, they're coming into the end of their kingdom. And if they're in the end of their kingdom, we're in the beginning of our kingdom. So the Lord is, putting this thing in motion for everything to be set up in the way that He wanted to be, where Israel is going to be in power. You see? But just this whole, interview, Putin was shining a light on the reality of who America is. And if you ain't, in the know, you ain't in these meetings. If you ain't heard of these, he mentions how he tried to, seek peace treaties and this, that, and the third with America, and how he tried to deal with it and, to get to the bottom of the situation. And, they were constantly doing little sneaky shit, which made him do what he had to do. You see? Constantly doing this, and that's how America get down. That's the spirit of Esau, man. But yeah, so this, this interview, it says a lot, man. But let me play some more. I got one more clip, and I'm gonna close out. Let's play some more.
Is specifically a non-violent religion.
Patriotic sentiment is so strong in Russia.
Now this is important too.
Can I say that the one way in which the religions are different is that Christianity is specifically a non-violent religion. Jesus says, "Turn the other cheek, don't kill." How can a leader who has to kill of any kind? How can a leader be a Christian? How do you reconcile that?
Look at him. How do you reconcile that? First of all, it says that word means murder. Thou shalt not murder. You're not supposed to be murdering. Okay? And listen to Putin's response. Because a man must be violent. You know? A man must be violent. When the time comes for violence, you know, you gotta protect your family. You know, if somebody's breaking into your house, you know, threatening your family, then you won't have to kill. Oh, did you sin because you killed that person? No. Now, you're not supposed to murder. You know, you're not supposed to go out looking for problems and situations and, you know, stealing and, you know. But let's play it. Listen to Putin's response. Yourself.
It is very easy when it comes to protecting oneself and one's family, one's homeland. We won't attack anyone. When did the developments in Ukraine start? Since the coup d'etat and the hostilities in Donbass begun, that's when they started. And we're protecting our people, ourselves, our homeland, and our future. As for religion in general, you know, it's not about external manifestations. It's not about going to church every day or banging your head on the floor. It is in the heart.
Right.
And our culture is so human-oriented. Dostoevsky, who was very well known in the West and the genius of Russian culture, Russian literature, spoke a lot about this, about the Russian soul.
Now he said, as for religion, it's in the heart, you know. That's why the Christians say, oh, the Lord knows my heart. Well, the Lord knows all of our heart. You know, the Lord knows, you know, if you've been sincere or deceitful. The Lord sees all things. You know, he sees the talks that, you know, the mainstream media don't see. You know, he sees the coups and you know, all the backdoor shit that goes on. All right, and in a situation where you have this these countries that are getting ready to go to war against each other, you know, and the Lord is going to eventually expose, you know, who was right and who was wrong. That's why the scriptures talk about how all the nations are going to join against America. They're all going to join right now. America has its allies, and they all, you know, because if you remember when this situation first happened, Russia seemed like the fucking devil. Everybody was against Russia. Everybody was staying with Ukraine. Yada yada yada. It was just neo-Nazis in Ukraine, man. That government has been taken over a long time ago by neo-Nazis with the help of America and NATO. Okay, so everybody was demonizing Russia, but the whole time Russia was just doing, you know, what they were supposed to do for they, you know, protecting their people, man, protecting their borders, you know. So let's play some more. 1 second. I think Esau coming. Esau coming. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Bear with me 1 second. I'm at the plantation, but the work still must be done for the Lord, so, you know, I can do 2 at one time. I'm allowed to, you know.
Hey, here's the big door. We don't know what this is the door and the bottom piece. Then this one's the little one here.
It's crazy because now they want to come to my damn table. You know, never came on here before. Now they all want to come to my table and sit on my damn table and shit. That's all the spirit of YAHAWASHI, you know what I'm saying? The will of the Lord is being done on earth.
How can you get it in there then? Oh yeah, it doesn't. It calls for no welding. Okay, well whoever's welding them, I got to make sure that Joe knows. Yeah, it's not supposed to be welded. That's why you guys are struggling. Because yeah, that's why they made this in pieces.
Lots of noise. I'm gonna play. Let me play the rest of this video.
Yeah, we definitely go welded. We're not supposed to weld it. that wells, then they're going to have a problem.
After all, Western society is more pragmatic.
Yeah,
Russian people think more about the eternal, about moral
Yeah, it doesn't
values.
call for welding. That's
I don't
clear.
know, maybe you won't agree with me, but Western culture is more pragmatic after all.
Well, you have to take your top off. You always put it on for the top.
I'm not saying this is bad. It makes it possible for today's golden billion to achieve good success in production, even in science and so on. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that we kind of look the same.
So do you see the supernatural at work as you look out across what's happening in the world now? Do you see God at work? Do you ever think to yourself, these are forces that are not human?
No, to be honest, I don't think so. My opinion is that the development of the world community is in accordance with the inherent laws, and those laws are what they are. It's always been this way in the history of mankind. Some nations and countries rose, became stronger and more numerous, and then left the international stage, losing the status they had accustomed to. There's probably no need for me to give examples, but you could start with the Genghis Khan and horde conquerors, the Golden Horde, and then end with the Roman Empire. It seems that there has never been anything like the Roman Empire in the history of mankind. Nevertheless, the potential of the barbarians gradually grew, as did their population. In general, the barbarians were getting stronger and begun to develop economically, as we would say today. This eventually led to the collapse of the Roman Empire and the regime imposed by the Romans. However, it took 5 centuries for the Roman Empire to fall apart.
Watch what he say.
The difference with what is happening now is that all the processes of change are happening at a much faster pace than in Roman times.
So when does the AI empire start?
He said all the prophecies are happening much faster. You know, happening much faster than when Rome fell, which, you know, Rome has been revitalized through the EU and NATO. You know, that beast system is back. All right, and this is the same damn devil, same beast, you know, all over again. But it's going to fall all over again. All right, and this time for good. And he said that, man. He said, you know, the only difference is prophecy is moving a lot faster. So yeah, prophecy is moving faster, man. You know, and this right here in itself, this interview in itself, a lot of prophetic things were discussed. You see? But, you know, I do this video to implore you to go watch it. You know, go watch the interview if you can find it somewhere. Like I said, I found it on BitChute. Go watch it. You know, it's very informative. And it just go to show you what time we in, man. We in a time of war. Okay. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly. You know, and now we're seeing, you know, a more, you know, analyzed side of both sides. You know, why Russia is doing what it's doing, and also what America is doing. That, you know, they hide from you. You know, because America likes to throw the rock and hide their hand out like they ain't do nothing wrong. No, you motherfucking devils, man. You know. And then you gotta imagine, you know, if somebody was, like I said today, now, if somebody's in your backyard with a goddamn, you know, RPG aimed at your house, you're gonna have to do something, or, you know, what, perish? You see? So, you know, but that's the point on that. I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Like I said, Salakia for all the noise. You know, as the spirit jump on me, and as I have time, you know, I try to knock these videos out as much as possible, you know, to ultimately to edify the elect of Israel. You know, if you don't know who the elect are, it's all about the hopeful elect, which we, you know, call ourselves the hopeful elect. You know, and in these last days, man, pray that YAHAWASHI y'all shall be with you and your families, because this thing is it's about to turn up. All right, and even the situation that happened with Tucker Carlson going over there, that may cause things to escalate. So everything is going to escalate. Everything is going to get worse. All right. So with that being said, I'm saying Shalom, Kwame Sharala, Bible Ball.